Hello. So I think the main story this week for me is in Toronto, and it is the mayor of Toronto. Yes. Yes, Rob Ford. He's a popular man. If you don't know what he's done, I mean, he has been a naughty boy. He's been drink driving. He was filmed talking about how he'd like to murder someone. He allegedly brought escorts into City Hall, right? And he has admitted smoking crack. But he still hasn't been sacked. He's the kind of person that makes you go, well, Boris Johnson's all right, isn't he? If you don't know what Rob Ford looks like, this is what he looks like. That is genuinely him at work. And you might say, well, wearing a football shirt to work is unprofessional. I'd say, once you've smoked crack, more or less every day is dress down Friday, isn't it? People go, Rob, what are you doing? Why aren't you wearing a suit? Oh, I don't want to get crack on it. I mean, that doesn't show a politician that takes himself seriously. If David Cameron turned up at the G8 in a full Aston Villa kit, Barack Obama would go, you're wearing shin pads? What the fuck are you doing? Got G8 on the back as well. But it's actually quite cheap because they do it by the letter, so I've had a real bonus there. One of his defences for taking crack, Rob Ford, was that he said, oh, don't worry, I'm not an addict, right? Well, for me, that makes it worse, doesn't it? Because if you're an addict, at least that's a reason to take it. If when it comes to crack, you can take it or leave it, leave it! He's basically one of those annoying social smokers, but with crack, that's what it is. He'd be outside his pub, he'd come up to you and go, I couldn't just have a bit of your crack, could I? You know, I only do it when I'm out on about. I mean, I wouldn't buy my own. People were with him as well when he was smoking his crack, which I find that unbelievable. If you were with the guy that was running your city while he was smoking crack, you'd think, all my Christmases have come at once here, haven't they? I mean, if you were with Boris Johnson and he was smoking crack, you would think, I have got him exactly where I want him. I am never paying for a Boris bike ever again. Yeah, is that Boris? Yeah, you know that photo I've got you? Yeah. I want my bins collected on Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. He said, though, he's given an excuse, Rob Ford, right? He said, don't worry, right? He's given an excuse. It's a good excuse as well for taking crack. And this was, when he was taking crack, he was really pissed. He said it was right. He said that probably happened in one of my drunken stupors. You go, that is not an excuse. I mean, being pissed is an excuse for buying cheesy chips. It's not an excuse for taking crack. I mean, I've been pissed. I've never ended up in a crack den. I've ended up in Chicken Cottage. That is about as far as I'd go. He said he's healthy, right? He said, I'm a healthy man. He said he spends 2 hours a day at the gym. Doing what? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the few benefits of crack, I thought, was that it kept you thin. My favourite story of the week, though, my favourite headline, it's about Cornelius Gurlitt. If you don't know Cornelius Gurlitt, and you might not, he's a 80-year-old German man, and they found in his house 1,400 paintings worth £80 million. Right? And they've taken these off him because he got them because they were confiscated by the Nazis. I was reading this thinking, I mean, that would have been the best fucking episode of Cash in the Attic. Angela Rippon's going, and Cornelius wants a new stair lift. We've managed to raise £80 million. So he's also going to have a holiday and invade Poland. They said that it's quite a kind of, he's lived a very lonely existence. They described his life. They said he lives in a bare apartment, I would say. Put some paintings up. Right? And apparently he's out of touch with reality, right? They said, right, he talks to his paintings, he described them as loyal. I think they've misheard it. I think he probably said oil. And he said he's not watched TV since 1963. I mean, this is the only person in the world that still thinks Jimmy Savile's career is on the up and up. I don't think that they're as valuable as people say, right? I've worked it out. They should be worth about 600 grand each if you kind of multiply it down, right? And I've got a few of them here. I'd say this isn't worth that much, this painting. Here it is. That is genuinely one of them. Not only is that one of the freakiest things I've ever seen in my life, secondly, it's clearly a fake because she's clearly wearing a digital watch. Here's another one of them. Here's another one. Now, my guess there is that, you know, he started slipping a few of his own in there, hasn't he? Because if I saw that, I wouldn't go, fucking hell, that's an awesome painting. I'd go, well, your niece is doing well at school, isn't she? You're going to put that on the fridge? Well, my favourite one, this is, and here it is. Yeah, there it is. That's an original picture of the Mayor of Toronto. So there you go.
Joey Essex, that's not his real name, is it? Come on. He's had to change that so that he can remember where he lives. That is what's happened there. You know that. During